In the past, rappers have been caught sneaking narcotics into prison. Young Thug attempted to do so. Tory Lanez had an entire music production setup in his cell, and Chef G had a game system, a flat-screen TV, and AYNW. Melly was obsessed with creating pipe bombs and shanks. Given the list of items that Durkio may sneak into the jail and escape with will shock, it is clear that he is going to have the time of his life in prison. Let's start with the mobile phone. Durkio may truly be in prison with a mobile phone. An Instagram user going by the name 900 Bra Bra released an audio tape purportedly depicting the OTF chief speaking from behind bars for the first time a few days ago. During the 2-minute talk, the OTF supervisor, despite the difficult situation, Lil Durk is heard being upbeat and telling the caller that he is happy and motivated to get back to his family. "You stated exactly what I said, and I am aware that you are wealthy. If you need anything, you can rely on me." In the tape, IO also addressed a notion that has been circulating on social media that he is in protective custody. The rapper adamantly disputes these claims, claiming that he is not getting preferential treatment and is instead in the same line as other prisoners. The public's response to this claim was conflicting, with some seeing it as evidence of his tenacity. Others, however, continue to doubt the legitimacy of the call. "I just got off the phone with my brother Lil Durk," the post's description said. Nice vibes, remaining upbeat and striving to return home to his children and family are not promoting negativity. In fact, it would be an understatement to say that we are more than simply street people. Regardless of our financial situation, we are men of honor and code. Bro hit the main line with the rest of our people without protective custody. Although Lil Durk's Instagram activity suggests that he has ties to the OTF label, posts featuring collaborations with OTF artists like Bonnie Missouri and photos with Booka 600, the lack of official confirmation leaves room for doubt as the public continues to debate the legitimacy of the audio. However, he is not the only rapper with a cell phone in jail, as New York rapper Casanova took to his social media while behind bars and warned people about life in jail. "Look, I don't want to come here telling you you don't want to come here, trust me." The rapper once expressed his fear of dying in prison and advised young people to avoid it. He said, "You might die here, but always remember what's gangster, because this jail isn't gangster at all. I hope you're young and unusual." According to sources, TK was being detained in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day when an event happened, further complicating his legal predicament. The caption said, "TK was another rapper who was caught with a cell phone while behind bars." When jail officials confronted TK after they found a cell phone concealed in his underwear on July 25th, TK allegedly tried to destroy the phone, which led to an altercation. The situation swiftly worsened, attracting the attention of the authorities and resulting in a new charge against him. According to court documents, TK was charged with a third-degree felony for possessing a prohibited item inside a correctional facility. While there has been no confirmation that Lil Durk, the millionaire rapper, has been found with a cell phone in his possession, there remains the possibility that he is concealing other forms of contraband in his prison cell. To understand what such contraband might be, it's insightful to examine the experiences of other high-profile rappers who have been apprehended while incarcerated. One of the more surprising items that some rappers have managed to sneak into their cells is a PlayStation console. It may seem extraordinary, but Durk wouldn't be the first rapper to have a gaming setup behind bars. In 2022, New York rapper Chef G, who was also locked up at the time, shocked many when he posted a video of himself playing Grand Theft Auto while in prison. The video depicted Chef G enjoying a session of the popular video game, which is known for its open-world exploration and action-packed missions. What makes this even more interesting is that Lil Durk and Chef G share numerous parallels in their careers and legal troubles. Both have been accused of using their music careers and financial success to fund criminal activities. Chef G's situation highlights how far some individuals are willing to go in order to maintain their sense of normalcy, even in prison. Despite the harsh environment, having access to entertainment like a gaming console can be a form of escape, helping to alleviate the psychological pressure of incarceration. This idea becomes even more relevant when considering the fact that many inmates, including celebrities like Durk, are known to use their wealth and influence to acquire items that would otherwise be out of reach for the average prisoner. Given Durk's notoriety and success, it's not unthinkable that he might have managed to secure such luxuries behind bars, just as Chef G did. In fact, Lil Durk's case is eerily similar to Chef G's, and not just because of their shared legal troubles. According to Durk's indictment, the OTF, only the family leader, was accused of giving his gang members money and lucrative music contracts in exchange for carrying out criminal acts, including murders. This manipulation of his fame and fortune to further a criminal enterprise places Durk at the center of an intricate web of illegal activities. The connection between his music career and the alleged criminal activities mirrors the situation faced by Chef G, who was also implicated in gang-related crimes. On May 16, 2022, law enforcement made a major move to dismantle the operations of a notorious gang in New York City. Chef G, along with his fellow rapper Sleepy Hallow, was both arrested during a highly coordinated operation by the New York Police Department (NYPD). This operation had been in the works for months, relying on extensive surveillance and intelligence gathering. It was aimed at the 9 Ways Gang and the 8 Trey Gangsters, 2 criminal organizations that had been wreaking havoc in communities like Crown Heights and Flatbush for years. The operation's culmination caught many by surprise, as it involved taking down several high-profile figures within the gang, including 2 well-known rappers whose music had garnered millions of views. Both Chef G and Sleepy Hallow, whose rise to fame was marked by chart-topping hits, found themselves caught in the net of law enforcement's sweeping operation. The arrest had a profound effect on their careers, as the legal fallout from their involvement in the gang quickly overshadowed their musical successes. The public perception of these rappers, once admired for their lyrical talent and street credibility, shifted dramatically as their ties to organized crime became the focal point of their narratives. The operation that ensnared Chef G and Sleepy Hallow not only underscored the increasing intersection between the rap industry and criminal activity, but also demonstrated the lengths to which law enforcement was willing to go in order to disrupt these illicit networks. The arrest marked a significant turning point for the 2 rappers, highlighting the dangerous consequences of blending a career in music with criminal enterprises. For Durk, the similarities to Chef G's case are stark, and it's not hard to imagine that, like Chef G, Durk's time in prison could be just as tumultuous, with his fame only adding to the complexity of his legal troubles. In conclusion, while Lil Durk has yet to be caught with a cell phone, the possibility that he is hiding other forms of contraband in his cell is far from unlikely. If history is any guide, it wouldn't be surprising if Durk, like Chef G before him, found a way to bring items like gaming consoles into prison. Their shared legal issues and the intertwining of their music careers with criminal activity reflect the harsh realities that many high-profile rappers face today. Their experiences remind us of the dangers of mixing fame, fortune, and the underworld, with law enforcement increasingly honing in on the connection between the two. The gang's reach was exposed by the indictment, which had an astounding 140 charges that implicated 32 people in a string of heinous acts. The group was accused of committing at least 12 gunshots in a murder that was shamefully caught on video. And Chef G's gang was accused of ordering, planning, and carrying out acts of devastation that left the neighborhood in its wake shaking. The gang had spread its tentacles from Brooklyn to Manhattan and even over state borders to New Jersey. Eric Gonzalez, the district attorney for Brooklyn, disclosed the purported involvement of Chef G's music revenue in the gang's activities. The rapper was accused of using his wealth to support more gang activities and incite members to commit violent acts. One instance of violence, the brutality and sheer audacity of a mass shooting in Brooklyn, made headlines. According to reports, the suspects pulled up in a car and unleashed a barrage of bullets on rival gang members. The ensuing chaos left 1 person dead and 5 others injured, and bystanders fled the scene in terror. The aftermath of the shooting showed a terrifying celebration of violence. Gonzalez described how, while Chef G was having fun with game consoles in prison, other rappers were getting ready for battle with shanks and explosives. He also reportedly awarded the shooters with a sumptuous steak meal at a Manhattan restaurant as a toast to their lethal score against their operations. Bombs and Shanks Durkio might want to learn from YNW Melly about staying safe while incarcerated, because the rapper was found in possession of some of the most dangerous contraband. The discovery of contraband in YNW Melly's dorm was like a scene from a crime drama, with jail staff conducting a routine inspection that swiftly escalated into a high-stakes operation. It was an apparently routine day when officers at the Broward County Jail decided to conduct a surprise search of the rapper's cell. They carefully combed through his personal belongings and discovered a stash of prescription drugs, several homemade shanks, and most concerning of all, pipe bombs. An emergency lockdown and a comprehensive inquiry into how such hazardous materials might have entered the prison were prompted by the discovery, which sent shockwaves through the facility. The first reaction from jail officials was quick and resolute. The rapper, who was already facing serious double homicide charges, had to deal with the possibility of additional charges related to the contraband after security protocols were tightened and an internal investigation was started to determine whether there was any inside assistance in smuggling the contraband. However, this wasn't the only crazy incident the rapper was involved in, as on September 27, 2022, during a pre-trial hearing for Melly's double murder case, the prosecution dropped a bombshell by presenting evidence from a confidential. In response to the explosive accusations of an escape plan, Melly's lawyer, Raven Liberty, came forward with a strong rebuttal. Liberty categorically denied the claims, calling them baseless and a smear campaign against her client. She also emphasized the strict security measures in place, stating that Melly was not responsible for the alleged escape plan, which took shape in April and involved Melly's lawyer smuggling in 2 handcuffed keys to aid in the escape. The prosecution hasn't stopped at the escape plan accusations though, as they have also claimed that Melly has been making unauthorized calls with Liberty, allegedly providing her login information to facilitate non-recorded video visits, and that she has been strip searched before and after every visit, making it impossible for any contraband, such as handcuff keys, to go unnoticed. However, Melly isn't the only rapper accused of receiving assistance from those on the outside, as Bobby Shmurda was also apprehended, and his case is also filed in July 2015. In the summer of 2015, while Shmurda was awaiting trial at Rikers Island, he was confronted with fresh accusations of prison contraband. According to the prosecution, during a routine visit from his girlfriend Kimberly Waruso tried to pass Shmurda a homemade knife that was hidden inside a latex glove that was hidden in her bra. Vigilant prison guards stopped this daring move, and both Waruso and Shmurda were immediately charged in Bronx criminal court. Shmurda stood before the judge, pleading not guilty. The girlfriend was also charged with promoting prison contraband and pleaded not guilty. Durkio loves music, so he'll want to listen to some tunes while in his cell. However, he won't be the first rapper to smuggle in a music player, because Lil Wayne already paved the way for the journey that led Lil Wayne to the confines of Rikers Island. Lil Wayne's life took a dramatic turn in 2007 when he was arrested in New York City for criminal possession of a weapon. Police found a loaded .40 caliber pistol on his tour bus after he performed at the Beacon Theater. Despite the efforts of his legal team, Wayne eventually pleaded guilty to the charges in 2009, which resulted in a one-year sentence at Rikers Island, a facility known for housing some of the most notorious. The discovery was made early on a Tuesday morning, wrapped in an aluminum potato chip bag and concealed in a garbage can, a method that suggests a deliberate attempt to conceal the items. The contraband incident raised several questions, not the least of which was how the items managed to find their way into the prison. Ardent criminals in New York, while behind bars, were discovered in possession of an MP3 charger and headphones, which appear harmless outside the prison walls but are strictly prohibited within them. The MP3 charger and headphones discovered in Wayne's possession were not among the authorized items. This violation of protocol led to an immediate investigation by prison officials, who were eager to determine the source of the contraband and the extent of any internal complicity, further complicating the situation. Inmates at Rikers Island are permitted to purchase a standard AM/FM radio and headphones from the jail's commissary. When Wayne was arrested, an MP3 player was found in the cell of another prisoner. This discovery raised suspicions about a possible network of contraband exchange within the prison. Both Wayne and the other inmate were charged with possession of contraband, though it was unclear at the time what the specific penalties would be for Lil Wayne, who had stated that he intended to remain creatively active while incarcerated. As the investigation progressed, officials at Rikers Island moved quickly to separate Lil Wayne and the unnamed inmate into separate housing areas in an effort to prevent any further collaboration or exchange of unauthorized items. In an interview with Rolling Stone before his sentencing, Wayne had mentioned his plans to have an iPod and to continue receiving beats while behind bars. Although Lil Wayne was found in possession of an MP3 charger and headphones, this next artist might. In 2022, the Canadian rapper was found guilty of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having a concealed and loaded firearm in a vehicle, and discharge of a firearm with gross negligence in an incident where fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion was shot in the foot. The verdict resulted in a 10-year prison sentence, marking a milestone in Durk's career. You have to admire Tory Lanez's passion for music, because he figured out how to record music from behind bars. Important turning point in Tory's life and career, but he wasn't going to be put down for long because he created the Prison Tape series. Tory was determined to keep going with his musical journey even from behind bars. A recorded call was shared on his Instagram, and the rapper revealed that after some trial and error, he and his engineer had figured out a way to record music over the jail phone, achieving a level of sound quality that rivaled his earlier work outside prison walls. The rapper's joy was short-lived though, as his equipment was seized after he produced a few songs. The unexpected raid at the California Correctional Institution marked a turning point in his career. After 20-some to 30-some FS and mistakes, my engineer and I finally figured out how to record music over the jail phone and still keep the quality as professional as I had it on the street. He said, "It's over, I done cracked the code, man," which means that not even these prison walls can stop me from dropping new music. Tour's ongoing story began on an apparently ordinary day when prison guards performed a routine inspection of the cell block. This inspection would soon turn into a major event with far-reaching effects. During the raid, authorities found and confiscated recording equipment from Lanez's cell, effectively stopping his Prison Tape series and igniting a wave of controversy and rumors. The equipment had been crucial to Lanez's ability to create music while incarcerated and was seized as part of the prison's strict regulations prohibiting Caesar McDowell, a key member of Lanez's legal team and the CEO of Unite the People, swiftly responded to the situation by confirming that prison officials had previously warned Tor's team about the violation, highlighting the institution's strict policies regarding recording devices. The reasons given for this ban include concerns about security breaches and the possibility of unauthorized communication with the outside world. The rapper eventually broke his silence about the incident, stating that it was a serious blow to Tor's creative endeavors and his ability to connect with his fan base. He said that his project was shut down because prison officials knew he was helping other inmates find a path to freedom. The rumors are true and the prison tapes will be discontinued until further notice, but I think it's important that my fans know the truth about what's really happening here. My cell was not raided and trashed because The rapper stated that he intended to use the money from his projects to help incarcerated inmates fight their cases. I made a plan that when I got to prison, I would find a way to record music and donate all the proceeds to my fellow inmates' legal representation. I either learned how to record myself in prison or I was shut down because I made the prison tape. This was because the higher-ups realized what I was really doing with the prison tapes and how many inmates were receiving life-changing assistance because of them, granting them a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to return to their families on appeal and resentencing. But even though the higher authorities temporarily halted the prison taps, it was too late to halt my overall plan because since July, I have provided legal representation for 472 prisoners and actively reopened 476 cases that he posted with Duro's funds and influence. It would be startling to witness him follow Tor's drug-related path. Numerous rappers have been caught in jail using drugs, including rapper TTG in 2022. Fred was arrested for attempting to smuggle drugs into the Clayton jail. He and 4 other people were found bringing cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, and cell phones to the jail and dropping them off inside the security fence. However, Fred is not the only rapper who has been caught in possession of drugs in jail earlier this year. In June, prison guards caught Blueface doing meth. Correctional officers decided to conduct a surprise search of the rapper's cell that morning. While Blueface was taking his usual shower, he had no idea that prison guards were planning to raid his cell. When the rapper was safely out of sight, the officers turned his cell inside out, and what they discovered was shocking: a suspicious white powder. They said they tested the powder and discovered it was crystal meth that had been smuggled into the prison. Young Thug chose to go one step further and conduct a drug deal in court while Blueface was caught with meth in his cell. Routine hearing, but what happened was anything but. According to court documents, Adams walked unattended to Young Thug's location and discreetly placed something there. Prosecutors claimed that Adams approached Young Thug and engaged in a hand-to-hand drug exchange. This unexpected act was reportedly captured on camera, adding a layer of drama to the already tense proceedings. Young Thug was seated with his attorney present, along with his co-defendant, KF Adams, in a moment that would capture the public's and media's attention. Prosecutors revealed that the item found in Young Thug's possession during a courtroom incident was a prescription painkiller called Percocet. Allegedly, the rapper tried to hide the contraband under the table, but his actions didn't go unnoticed. A sharp-eyed sheriff's deputy observed the exchange and quickly intervened, approaching Young Thug and confiscating the Percocet before the situation could escalate further. The discovery sent the courtroom into a frenzy as law enforcement immediately responded to the unfolding event. Deputies began searching the individuals involved, including Adams, who allegedly resisted, only to uncover even more contraband in his possession. The courtroom was thrown into disarray as the search unfolded, temporarily halting the court proceedings. This disruption added a new layer of complexity to the ongoing case, casting a spotlight on the issue of drug possession and distribution behind bars. The incident raised serious questions about the security measures in place at the courthouse and how individuals like Young Thug continue to try to circumvent the law. It also pointed to the lengths some people might go to in order to hide illicit substances, even within the confines of a highly secure, high-profile environment such as a courtroom. This wasn't the first time that Young Thug's struggles with addiction had been made public. The rapper has been open about his ongoing battle with drug abuse, particularly his dependency on substances like codeine and Xanax. Earlier in the year, he revealed that he had checked himself into rehab to address his issues. In an interview, he shared that entering rehab had been a crucial step toward recovery, explaining that while it wasn't easy at first, he understood the necessity of overcoming his addiction. He admitted that he had long recognized what was holding him back and that rehab had helped him make the changes he needed to improve his life. Young Thug emphasized that the journey wasn't just about battling addiction, but about becoming a better version of himself, a better man, father, and leader.